jacket. Oh boy. Different night, different music, and a different co-host. Welcome everybody, and happy New Beer's Eve. I don't know if I like that joke. Welcome to the 12 Beers of Christmas craft beer experience. Welcome back. It is night 7. Yeah, 7. And I am joined by a brand new, wonderful co-host. If you had a Hanukkah box, you might recognize. Please welcome Todd Summers. How you doing, Todd?
Hello. Big shoes to fill. I'm very excited.
Yes. I don't know what size shoe Kate wears, but apparently they're big shoes.
Giant.
Yeah. Cool. I think we should open the beer. Open night 8.
Get me the box cam on the double.
This is the first time you get to see box cam, a very crooked box cam. Night 7. Let's get into there. The last 12 beer of Christmas. I got a very wonderful Imperial Stout.
Brian, this is a funny box cam because I think you and I have different beers.
We don't.
You? I have Penguin Tuxedo. You also have Penguin Tuxedo?
Also have Penguin Tuxedo. Some of the folks at home might have a beer with candy cap mushrooms. We got some really great Imperial Stouts. We wanted to give everybody something nice and strong, dark and rich to send off 2020. Cheers, everyone. So, Todd, what are we doing tonight? Let's hear the Todd story first. Like, what's your beer background? Let's get into it.
Well, the Todd story involves my parents. It's New Year's Eve. Don't need to talk about my parents. But yeah, the Todd beer story. I went to college in Burlington, Vermont. Shout out UVM, go Catamounts. And my friends, I was younger than, I got into beer because they would literally smuggle me switchback from the bars and pint glasses, put it in their jackets, trudge up the hill. And I fell in love ever since then. So, I'm from Chicago originally, live in Vermont, my fiance, my dog. I've been a beer guide in both Burlington and Boston, but now my main gig is I'm our sales manager, City Brew Tours. So we see each other just about every single day.
We do. I hear you're also a certified beer server. High score in the sales department?
Low barrier for entry there from the sales staff. But yes, I am here. I'm also tonight. I really am excited because I love New Year's Eve. I know some people think that it's, like amateur hour or whatever. It's overpriced. Big New Year's Eve fan.
Oh,
give it to me.
Cool. I was in bed at like 10:30 last year. So, yeah.
Man, I went to, have you ever heard of, it's called a bar. You can go with other people. You're like crammed like sardines. It's great. You breathe their air. It didn't matter then. It was the best.
I'm looking off camera now. I feel like if this was a show, there would be a flashback. And we'd all flash back to whenever we can go into public places with people. So given that it is New Year's Eve, we could have a brewer on and talk more about beer. We could get into the yeast that's involved in these big boy stouts. I see a lot of people in there got a nightcap stout with some mushrooms in it. That's very, very cool. But given that it's New Year's Eve and we wanted to do something a little special, so I figured we should do a little party, save the knowledge for another night.
I think that's a great idea. I would love nothing more than to have fun. I know this year it's been a little devoid of that. Before we get into our party, we just have to do our housekeeping. It wouldn't be one of these without it. Use the Q&A for your beer questions. Use the chat for banner. Do us a favor. Make sure you're on panelists and attendees, which it looks like most of you are. But if you just send it to the panelists, Brian and I will read it and no one else will.
Yep. And chat, while you're out there, tell us what bar you are excited to get back to once we can go back to bars.
You went to.
Or the last bar you went to. They could be the same bar. I think the last bar I went to was a bar in Boston with Julie, my former co-host. We're no longer friends either because she ditched me.
She really left you, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so, if we're going to do some drinking games.
Hold on. We have to, there's the elephant in the room. Brian, we have the Ex Novo. We have Penguin Tuxedo. Most people in the chat have 5440 nightcap. This is a story that can only happen to small businesses like yours and mine, where we sold 2,000 of these, something like that. And we get a call, 5440, great partners. They supply a ton of beer for the events that I help sell. And they were like, guys, team, we're a little short. We're just a little short of these beers, these great Imperial Stouts. And so we did like any small business. We put on our thinking caps. Brian's wearing his. And we called a brewery down the road, also Portland, Oregon, Ex Novo, Penguin Tuxedo. We were like, hey, you guys got any, do you all have any 8% Imperial Stouts lying around that we can get about 100 of? And they said, yeah, of course. And here we are.
Helped us out. Here we are tonight. We got big roasty Imperial Stouts, boozy Imperial Stouts. Yes.
Tim says the nightcap is 9%. We got shortchanged, Ryan. I actually might need a refund.
Todd, I have to confess something.
Mm-hmm.
I got another box, and I've already.
Did you already drink the nightcap?
Drink them, yeah. And I've already had I had a nightcap box too. Cool. So let's get into it. If we're doing drinking games tonight, we need a host. And I want to play. Honestly, I've been teaching, I've been talking, I've been interviewing. I want to play some games. Todd, can you be the host?
So, Brian, hosting a drinking game night on Zoom is taxing and challenging. I'm woefully unprepared. And I think if you're going to twist my arm and make me do it, I will. I didn't think this was going to happen. I wasn't ready. But you know what? Let's do it. I'm ready.
Wow, very
Todd
not
Trebek
ready.
is in the building.
Too soon. Shout out to... I'm not seeing names for some reason on my chat. Oh, there we go. Shout out to my buddy Kirk. Hoping GABF is held in Denver next year live so people can get back to there. That is one hell of a bar. It is.
All right. So we have guests tonight.
We
do. Should we bring them on? You ready? I'm the host actually now, Brian. You're just a competitor. You're a lowly competitor. So in the spirit of drinking games, we're going to start by playing a drinking game via introduction. This game, 2 truths and a lie. You might have played it before. Our contestants, not Brian, we know enough about you, will join. They're going to say 3 statements. 2 of them will be true. 1 is a bold-faced lie. Try your best to guess in the chat. Brian and I will also guess. You get it wrong, you got to drink. So, first up, we have Liz. Liz, reveal yourself.
Hello.
Oh, look at it.
Hi, everyone. How's it going? Very excited to be invited to this special event.
That's the lie. Give us your 2 truths and a lie.
All right, here it is. So I make a living using chainsaws. I have been to Munich, Germany for the original Oktoberfest. And I have lived for a very long time in Greece at one point in my life. What are they? 2 truths and a lie.
No shit. You don't look Greek to me.
Oh, really? Well,
Brian?
It's the lighting. Don't worry.
I have to recuse myself because I had the pleasure of interviewing Liz and hiring Liz. That's part of what I do for this. Because I know.
He's going to make this not... Okay. Let the people know they got to guess. Some people say the chainsaws.
Some people say the chainsaws.
Interesting.
John says never been to music. B is echoing chainsaws. 2 for never been to Munich.
In Greece, Oktoberfest. Everyone's run the gamut. What's true?
Let him in. Oh. Keeping us.
One of my truths is that I do make a living using chainsaws. So chainsaws is too wild to be fake. Liz, here we go. You got the same name that I do. And I got to say, my heart hurts. I do make a living using chainsaws. I have been doing some arborist work, some tree work. So, using all kinds of varieties of chainsaw work, like dropping big trees, taking off little branches, making the trees healthy. That's one of my truths.
All right, what's the other one?
All right, the other truth is that I have lived in Greece. So I lived in Greece for 3 different summers. Damn, Kirk had to drink. That's perfect. Cheers, Kirk.
I had to drink.
So
I got it wrong.
So drink up.
Exactly. The sad, sad truth is that although it's on my bucket list and although I have lived in Germany for many years, I was a baby when I lived in Germany. So I was unable to go to Oktoberfest in Munich, which means I just need to go back, especially I'm a beer guide. Come on. It's like, isn't that one of our checklists? Brian, why did you even hire me? Come on.
I've never been to Munich either, so get
Oh,
rid of
okay.
me. So
There it is.
Brian,
All
Michael,
we-
Scott, all got it right. Prib
I
fam.
drank.
There it
I got
is.
it wrong.
Every night.
And we've learned that Liz has the capability of lying. We'll see how that affects the gameplay later on. So next up, we have another one of our wonderful beer guides. All of our contestants, besides Brian and I, are beer guides for us. Brian's run tours, but that's their relationship to us. They're great people. Our next contestant is Kelsey. Kelsey, join us.
Hey everyone, I'm Kelsey.
Kelsey, let's have them.
Ooh, my 2 truths and a lie. Okay. I have been to more than 25 countries on the planet. I've broken my leg in 3 places during a beer-related incident. And I've been ziplining through the rainforest of Costa Rica.
I think you've only broken your leg in one place, so I'm going with the leg story. Brian,
Okay.
what does the chat think?
Chat's all over the place. The consensus seems Costa Rica. Oh, a couple leg stories in there. I think I'm going Costa Rica.
Couple countries. Okay.
All right.
Huh.
25 countries is a lot.
Interesting.
Kelsey, what is your...
Lots incorrect. I have indeed been to many countries, over 25, so that's true. I've never broken a bone, no, so that's a lie. And I've been ziplining in Costa Rica.
Todd,
I'll
trust
drink
you.
anyway.
Nice job, Todd.
Oh, I guess I have to drink.
I actually thought you broke a bone. I just figured it was in less than 3 places. It was kind of specific.
Sure.
But Kelsey,
Yeah.
we're super happy to have you join us. Thank you. Next up,
Cheers.
third, we have Ethan. Ethan,
Hey y'all, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year to you as well. I'm happy you didn't make the beer pun that Brian made to start the show. Give us your 3.
Gosh, all right. Number 1, I'm a home brewer. Number 2, I can recite pi to 100 digits. And number 3, I have been bitten by a shark.
Oh, I think I know the answer. I think I have to recuse myself.
You're okay. I just don't think. I just hope you can't say 100 digits of pi because, like, I don't think I would rather have it be true that you've been bitten by a shark.
Mm.
The chat thinks that you're not a home brewer, which seems kind of wild considering you work for a beer related, like, city brew tours. Like, we run live homebrew events.
What's
Let's
a
hear
pie,
it, Ethan.
though?
Yeah, no, you know what? I have been bitten by a shark and I can recite pi to 100 digits, but New York City apartments are tiny, y'all. So not a home brewer, just a home drinker. Cheers, folks.
What? I got that one wrong too.
Ethan, we
Drink,
should
Liz.
get you on one of our live homebrewing experiences.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that's happening this year.
You were bitten by a shark.
I have been bitten by a shark, yes. Now, he was only about this big. So, like, let's not all freak out. But yes, bitten by a shark.
Shark, nonetheless. I would tell people the same thing if I
Daniel
were in
wants
your
to hear
shoes.
pie, but I don't know if we have time.
No.
All right. Next up, thank you, Ethan. We have Ian, another one of our wonderful beer guides. Ian, come on up.
Hello, my video. Hello, everyone.
You look great.
Thank you. I figured I'd spiff off a little bit to match the host.
Appreciate it. What do you got for us?
So this might be piggybacking off Ethan a little bit, but my my 3 are I play 8 instruments. I caught a shark with my bare hands at one point, and that my grandfather was a bootlegger during Prohibition.
Well, I believe I know where you live. Not like in your address, but I know what city you're in, and I think that helps me with the Prohibition thing.
Okay.
I just am going with the shark again. People will think that it's in the chat. It's sort of everywhere, but a lot of people think it's not the instruments. I think you haven't caught a shark with your bare hands because it seems unlikely.
So,
Okay. Brian, is that also your answer?
yes, I would concur.
You both would be wrong. I have caught a shark with my bare hands.
Is it also this big? Like, what is going on? Where do you find tiny sharks?
I think I caught the shark that bit Ethan. It was
Probably.
about that. Yeah.
Well, beer guides, we share these things. So cheers.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Kelsey
else?
and I were standing off to the side and we watched. That's what happened.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was 10 at the time, knew nobody, and I was like, someday I will meet you all. The other truth is that I do play 8 instruments. Yep. My grandfather was not a bootlegger.
All right.
Yep. He did brew beer for his own consumption, but he didn't sell it.
Also, we should have figured this out. Your grandfather was not alive during Prohibition.
No, he was.
What are you talking about? My grandfather was alive during Prohibition. How do you know how old his grandfather is? Did you call him Brian? We're
I'm
starting
making assumptions,
feud.
and you know what they say
You're
about
making
that.
the host angry. Don't make the host angry, Brian. All right. Last but not least, we have Zach. Zach, actually, I've known Zach since like my first week at the company. So Zach.
I remember Todd on your first week came, and it was a good time. It was nice. It was a nice
Great.
So hey everyone, I did pretty well. Liz, I got yours wrong. Everyone else had a good guess at. Didn't know, but so my two truths and a lie. So my first one is that I love the Grateful Dead. Number 2 is that I work in radio. And number 3 is my first concert ever was Linkin Park.
Oh. I'm going Linkin Park.
I think this is the hardest. I hope your first concert wasn't Linkin Park. It's
right,
the first. People think
in the chat. I'm letting people make guesses before I hop in.
Yeah, let's let the gases pour in.
Okay, let them come in.
People are split. People think that you're just like not a Deadhead.
Yeah, see, this is I feel like it's a divisive one here, right?
Yeah. All right.
So the answer is not. I do work in radio. That's my day job. I do this at night in the evenings. Work for a radio station. And first concert was Linkin Park. It was amazing. They played 3 encores. Still remember to this day. The Grateful Dead.
Yes.
So
Zach, I got yours right. You didn't get mine right. Oh man, hurts my heart.
Zach, I live in Vermont. That's like you can't say that here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on a Zoom chat with a bunch of people drinking craft beer. I knew this would be divisive, but it is what it is.
That's a good way to trick people. Like,
Yeah, I know we all like I was like, if there's any Grateful Dead haters in chat, you can shout it out. I'm guessing there's not a lot. So
Know your crowd. Know your crowd.
yeah.
All right.
Shout outs Jason coming out throwing bombs.
There we go. So we have to split into teams. And I'm feeling a little angry at Brian right now. I don't know why, but so this is what we've got. We have Team Brian. So Team Brian is Brian, Ian, and Liz. You are on Team Brian. Tough look for you, Liz and Ian. And then we also have Team Anti-Brian. That is Kelsey, Ethan, and Zach. So, chat, this is how we're going to do this. If you live east of the Mississippi River, you are on Team Anti-Brian. If you live west of the Mississippi, you're Team Brian. And how it works, they drink, you drink. So, with that being said, there are going to be 3 rounds of this game that we're playing. Round A is categories. If you've ever played, oh yeah, you're going to have to put your teams in the chat.
Yeah, throw your team in the chat.
Round A is categories. So we have 2, and then we're going to ask categories from the chat. If you've ever played King's Cup, you pick a category, you name things from that category until someone screws up or repeats. Then we're going to have our general beer knowledge, beer folks. I hope you all get them right. And then round D is going to be, are you smarter than a 10-year-old? So good luck to all of you. And we are going to get started with round A. Brian,
One thing I want to throw out, someone in the chat, Prib fam, we need more beer to play. Grab yourself some more beer after you finish the stout. If you finish the stout already, that's an animal move. You're crushing through beer. If you grab another beer, throw it in the chat. We want to hear what else you're drinking tonight. Shout out to the people drinking hams, drinking old style, drinking Natty Bow, that everyday drinking beer. Todd, take us away. Let's do it.
All right. Round A is categories. So simple. Even Brian will be able to do it. In the chat, while we get started, what are categories you want to hear these people get right or wrong? So I'm going to read the category. You're going to take turns naming things in that category. No repeats. I am going to change my views so that I can call on you all. So category 1 is City Brew Tours Brewery Partners. This benefits people like Brian, who is a full-time employee, and Zach, who's run tours in multiple cities. I see some good categories. Keep bringing those up. So, City Brew Tours Brewery Partners. Brian, go.
We should make this harder. You can't name the city you live in.
Fine.
Big Alice, go.
Okay, Liz, go.
Oh, I know there's some in Burlington, Vermont.
Name
that
any
count?
of them. We probably work with them. Yeah.
Oh God, Good Water Brewing.
Nailed it. Kelsey.
Oh my God. This is stressful. I don't know, Brooklyn?
Yes. Brooklyn Brewery. Great
Brewing?
job. Ethan.
Von Trapp.
Oh, Stowe. Shout out to Stowe. Ian.
You made the newbie do this. Yards.
Yeah, shout out to Philly. Zach.
Port City.
Boom. Interviewed Bill last night. Brian.
Oh my God.
You're almost out of time. Almost out of time.
Ex Novo.
Fair. Liz.
Oh, and I can't name them in my own city.
Nope.
Oh gosh, there's one in DC.
There's a lot in DC.
Yeah.
There's one that starts with DC.
You got it.
DC.
Yeah,
Brow.
good. DC Brow. Kelsey.
Hey.
What is this one in Philly, Zach? Or somebody in
Are you just
what is it, like Half Moon or
resorting
something?
to cheating? We just started.
No, there's no cheating.
No.
Is it like a moon? It's a moon something.
Mm-mm.
I'm restarting the
Come on,
counter
call
because
this
I'm
round for
confused.
Somebody already said yards.
5,
Oh my God.
4,
Oh shit.
3.
I'm stressed. This is stressful.
Oh boy.
Too much pressure.
Kelsey.
Uh,
Team Anti Brian
Boo.
lost the first round of the category. So Kelsey, Ethan, Zach, drink up. Chat. I don't know what Moon Brewery you were looking for, Kelsey.
yeah, I was
Okay,
I
but
was trying to
this
help
one
you
needs
out.
to come to
Moon?
me. I know,
Okay.
but this is my favorite
Eclipse.
one.
Eclipse
the
Brewing.
little-
Eclipse Brewing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's in the
18
little old house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
the
yeah.
1-barrel system, 18
Yeah.
beers on tap at all time.
Yes.
The brewer is a legend. Okay.
Shout out to Chris. Chris is the brewer at Eclipse. He's awesome. If you're in Jersey or Philly, get over to Eclipse.
He told me
Ooh.
very, like, in the most casual way that I've ever heard anyone name drop something, that his son was one of the brewers at a little tiny place called Other Half in Brooklyn, New York.
Yep.
Like it was not the most popular brewery in the state of New York. So, category 2, types of hops. I hope you all do better. Chat, let's hear it. Brian.
Motueka.
Okay, Liz.
Mosaic.
Kelsey.
Saz.
Ethan.
Eldorado.
Ian.
Cascade.
Zach.
Centennial.
Brian. Good.
Galaxy.
Liz.
Amarillo.
Kelsey.
Citra.
Oh.
Ethan.
Oh gosh, this is where being a home brewer does not help us out.
Looks like Ethan didn't watch Night 4. Everybody at home.
I clearly didn't watch Night 4. I know. This is where I bring us down, Anti-Brian. I'm so sorry.
And you didn't read my blog.
Yeah,
I didn't read your blog either. Cheers. I
Team
know.
Anti-Brian Anti-Brian chat, there are so many more hops. You could have even just like given us letter and number combinations because that's like a new thing in hops, and we would have never known.
See?
Kelsey, you started with the cheating. You asked Zach for an answer. We're cheating. We're cheating.
Throw the hard types in the
category
chat.
3.
Continue, chat.
Yeah, chat. Let's see. Oh, Idaho, and add a number.
Nelson. Yeah.
Nelson.
Are we
Great.
supposed to be looking into the chat?
You're not cheating. You're not trying, Kelsey. Okay, so we have our first category from the chat. Caitlin sent them to me. Ooh, this is funny. This is real funny. So category 3, Grateful Dead songs.
Oh my God.
I might change the order for this one. Brian.
Touch of Grey.
Zach.
Farmhouse.
Ian.
Devil. Friend of the Devil.
Okay. Ethan.
Oh God. Touch of Grey.
Okay, Liz.
I said that.
Oh, you did. Damn it. Team Anti-Brian, I'm just losing you tonight.
Dude, thank God he asked me first. I got 1.
Oh man, that was close. All right, Team Anti-Brian, you are currently skunked going into the last round, so I'm gonna make this round worth 4 points.
All right.
Because
I know B. I know B.
All right, so the last round worth 4 points, so really can get you over the top here if you need 4 points to beat a team that has 3 points if you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right.
You know.
Reality TV dating shows. Brian.
The Bachelor.
Liz.
Bachelorette. That's easy. There we go.
Kelsey.
Flavor of Love.
Oh my God, that's so good. Ethan.
90 Day Fiance. Only the finest for quarantine.
I think we're going to be here all night. Ian.
Love Island.
Zach.
Are you the one?
I don't know if that's real. Brian.
It is real. It's the one my wife's watching right now. I was going to say it.
Uh-oh, Brian, what's up?
4, 3, 2.
X Factor? No, that's not it. Damn it. That's
No, that was with Joe Rogan.
Next.
No, you ran out of time. And it's not a reality TV. That was a scripted dating show. We specifically said reality TV dating shows. Next was a scripted dating show on MTV.
They're all loosely scripted. There's bias against Team Brian.
Brian gets it wrong, unfortunately. So that means Team Anti-Brian gets 4 points in the most difficult category, the most philosophically challenging category, reality TV dating shows. I'm very proud of Team Anti-Brian. I had never heard of a lot of those. I think I know Flavor of Love, I remember watching when I was, I think in like middle school or high school. Just so good. Okay. So, general beer knowledge. I am going to read a question to each of you. It's multiple choice. We'll tally up the score at the end of it. Team Anti-Brian's questions might be worth more points. We'll see how Brian does. All right, Brian, you're going first. Ready? I will not repeat the question for you. Which special interest group lobbied Wisconsin to change the state drink from milk to beer? Is it A, the United Brewery Association, B, International Fraternity Council, D, Anheuser-Busch, or C, PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals?
Well, Todd, that would have to be People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
That's true. You're right. You're right. I should have given that question to someone else.
Coincidentally, they tried to change it to Spotted Cow, I believe. You said Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. All right, Liz, you ready?
Let's do this.
Okay. Which type of beer is generally considered the best complement for a hamburger? Amber lager, lambic, wheat beer, or barley wine?
Oh, goodness gracious. A hamburger? Let's go with amber ale. I'm just going to go for it.
It was amber lager, but yeah, that's correct. Good job.
Team Brian, we're on a roll.
It's refreshing, and there's enough bitterness to cut through all of the condiments like onions and ketchup and mustard. The prospect of drinking a barley wine with a cheeseburger on the 4th of July makes me physically uncomfortable. So I'm super happy that you didn't say that. All right. Kelsey, are you ready? Beer stein lids were created to keep out dust, protect against the plague, make sure no one drinks your beer, or identify personal mugs. I'll give you a hint. I will give you a hint. They were dealing with something similar to COVID, but
okay. Are you okay?
Excuse me. That was a hint. That was a big hint.
You're correct. Exactly. You did such a good job. Yeah, that's wild and true. Okay, Ethan, you ready?
Let's do it.
What is the best-selling import beer in the USA? No one knows when this question was written, so you're just going to have to sort of guess what year we're talking about here.
Okay.
Corona, Guinness, Amstel Light, or Heineken?
Corona, Guinness, Amstel Light, or Heineken?
Mm-hmm.
The
chat thinks it's Heineken.
I know, and that seems tempting. And you know what? The thing is, I feel like I'm going to go with the chat. I believe in the people, and I'm going to say it is Heineken?
Nope, Corona.
Oh, damn it.
It's
drink.
It's the best-selling beer produced by a Mexican brewery, and the best-selling import.
Perfect.
All right.
Drink it up.
Ian, are you ready?
I feel like the cards are stacked. It's against my team, but let's do this.
Okay, you're going to get the harder of the two question. If you order bitter in a British pub, you'll most likely get beer tapped directly from the cask, a porter, the first pour from a new keg, or a bottle of beer with a lemon.
That's the first one.
Brian.
Man, sorry, I was getting a message from the Beyond. I think it's the A.
Mm-hmm. From the cask. Yeah.
Oh, Ian, I can't believe you knew that.
If it was a bottle of beer with a lemon, that would be like, I don't think anyone would order that. Okay. Zach, we're tied up almost. It's sort of like penalty kicks in soccer. Brian's team has 3. Team Anti-Brian has 2. I'm not a fan of ties, so it's 3-2. So Zach, this question is going to be worth 70 points.
Go Zach.
Zero-sum game. Porter was named after Cole Porter, Porter wine, journalists, or London porters.
I'm gonna go with London porters.
This is a man who's tuned in to the show. Correct. Team Anti-Brian. They win 72-3.
That's a blowout.
Rigged.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing.
Feeling good.
Brian, I would be
great.
Nice work, team. Good work.
Good job, everybody.
Okay.
Why did I ask you to come co-host? You're just going to make the show biased against me?
You ran
this
out
is supposed to be my show.
You ran out of co-hosts. Everyone's left you, Brian. All right, we'll get to that later. So, are you smarter than a 10-year-old? Question 1 is for Team Anti-Brian, a very good team full of very lovable contestants. Kelsey, what is H2O also known as?
Is it water?
It definitely is.
Wow.
It absolutely is. You're so smart. This is incredible.
Thank you. Thanks,
All right, so this is question 2. It's for Team Brian, who, as far as I'm concerned, are a bunch of chumps. So Liz, this is we're in the water round, right? So we are in the water round. So this is another very fair question. Liz, where does water boil at 37 degrees Celsius?
212 degrees Fahrenheit.
That is not even an answer to this question.
What?
Where in the world does water boil at 37 degrees Celsius?
Oh, right. Okay. Which actually would be a lower. It's at high altitude then. I'm guessing the top of Everest because that sounds fun.
The correct answer is Armstrong's Line. If Armstrong's Line is at the top of Mount Everest,
What 10-year-old knows that?
Very
What?
smart
Armstrong's
10-year-olds. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it because I don't. Let's just call a spade here.
Brian, you got to work on your homeschooling if your 10-year-old doesn't know that.
Yeah, Armstrong's Line is a measure of altitude, so you're actually right, Liz. So you get the point there. That's unbelievably impressive.
I got the I got the point even though. Okay, yes, I'm gonna roll with it. This is great. I like this.
Okay, so that concludes our equal and fair water round. Those questions were of about the same difficulty. So, question 3, Team Anti-Brian. Zach, this is for you. Which is the closest planet to the sun?
Closest planet to the sun. I'm going to have to go with Mercury, Todd.
You're absolutely right. That
All
is
right, great.
absolutely
Well,
right. It was very challenging. We are in the
That's a
solar
great
system
question.
round. Very impressive. So, in
shout
the
out to
solar
Danny
system
Walker
round,
with that.
question 4, this is for Team Brian. This is for Ian. How many natural satellites does Pluto have?
What is that?
It's a solar system question, Brian.
Natural satellites. So since it's not a planet, that's technically not a moon then.
Wait, Tim Manning just said that he hopes my plant dies.
Tim, you're the best.
You know how hard I've worked on that snake plant? Okay, Ian, sorry.
Okay,
It is
yeah.
not fake
That's
Steven.
brutal.
Wow.
Indestructible.
I'm gonna go with 5.
You're correct.
Yes.
No
2
way.
rounds.
No way.
Oh my god.
That's 5.
Oh my god.
Equal and fair roundabout planets. Very good job, Ian. That was impressive. All right. This is our literature round. So, Ethan, I hope that you are well read. For Team
We're gonna find out.
Anti-Brian, Pluto is smaller than Russia. Someone just said in the chat. Is that true?
Can we get a fact
And someone-
check?
Wait,
Caitlin?
really?
I think we
And
do.
someone
Hey,
just
that's
named all
wild.
the moons.
Shout out
Ethan,
to the Bittenbergers in New Hampshire.
who wrote the critically acclaimed novella, The Cat and the Hat?
Awesome. So one of the finer pieces of literature, certainly from my childhood, I believe that was Dr. Seuss.
You are absolutely right. His
Thank
full
you.
name, Theodore Geisel.
Gotcha.
So now, Brian, I think in order to make this fair, I feel like we got off on a rocky start to our relationship as co-hosts. So what I'm willing to do, I will make this question worth all the rounds. So this is worth 4 round points, or 3
What's the
round
ratio
points.
of round points to individual
A
points?
million to 1, Brian. Don't ask any questions. I'm being nice. This question is worth 1 million points. Okay, it's literature. So Ethan clearly going to the New York Public Library, checking out books, putting in the hours. So Brian, the Crucible is famous as political allegory. But what exactly is Arthur Miller trying to say? Who do you think is being most criticized in the contemporary analogy?
Aren't these questions for 10-year-olds? Do any 10-year-olds know who McCarthy is? But to answer your question, though, seriously, Todd, Miller was particularly offended by those who named names before the HUAC, and he himself refused to do so. While the Crucible indeed villainized like the prosecutors in the court, those in the parallel positions of Joseph McCarthy and the HUAC. The play martyrs Corey and Proctor for refusing to do so. At the expense of their own lives, Corey and Proctor refused to condemn others, and in Miller's eyes, this is the only true moral decision. Todd?
I think I would have taken like conformity, but yeah, that's right. That is, I will need you to cite your sources, Brian, but I do think Team Brian has somehow won this game.
Let's go, Team Brian in the chat.
So Tim Manning is really upset with me in the chat. He called me a 10-year-old. So Team Beer Guides, this was a blast. This is a great way to start New Year's Eve. I'm so happy you joined us.
Yes.
I think Brian and I are going to have like couples therapy for the rest of this. Are you willing to work on this, Brian?
You know, if we can get through 2020 together, we, Todd and I, we can, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Because I'm going to hit this point with, Todd, I think we can work through it.
Wonderful. Beer Guides, thank you all so much. I hope that we get you all running real in-person tours soon. Yes. I'm sure that those of you who have done it miss it. We will see you soon. Brian, let's close it out. Let's say goodbye.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Thanks for playing along in the chat. Have a healthy and safe New Year's Eve. The blog tonight at citybrewtours.com/Christmas is a very, very fitting one, written by Julie. Who let her put a blog up? We're not friends anymore. But anyways, Julie wrote a blog about hangover cures, and I highly recommend you check that out tonight because it'll be much harder to read tomorrow morning. And we'll be back here tomorrow at 8, I guess, with Todd as my co-host. We're going to work through some shit.
I'll be back.
Possibly.
We will talk about beer, I think, and not my snake plant and 10-year-olds.
Yeah, I'm sure we have another wonderful beer for everybody. Thanks again for joining us this evening. Thanks to all our guests, Ian, Ethan, Zach, Kelsey, and Liz. Thanks, Todd, for joining me as a co-host.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Everybody.
everybody.
See ya.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Good night.
Go ahead. Cheers.